4th and goal to go to 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
Here is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
However, if you're into that kind of conspiracy kind of theory and all that stuff and everything, not so much scripted. This wouldn't necessarily be scripted, but it would not be good for the, so to speak, for the NFL, right? Let me. I want to take a look at the Chiefs' schedule here. Right, let's see, 2025 Kansas City Chiefs schedule. Because, they were expected to at least, once again, pretty much contend for, maybe a Super Bowl, or at least that, being the playoffs and all that. They're a very popular team. Of course, you got this Taylor Swift kind of thing going on, right? Swift and Kelsey engaged to be married, right? People want to see Patrick Mahomes out there, and also, they're a wanted team. They want to be seen on TV. Not so much them, but a lot of fans out there want to see them on TV. So, they're playing. Let's see what we got here. They're playing the Giants, right, on Sunday night. Then they're playing the Jaguars on Monday night. Then they're playing week 6. They're playing the Lions on Sunday night. Then they're playing Monday Night Football against the Commanders. Week 10, they got a bye. Let's see here. Then they're playing the Houston Texans on Sunday Night Football. Then they're playing Thursday Night Football against the Broncos in Week 17. So, so they got one, including the Giant game, they got 6, 1, 2. It's interesting that they play the Bills, but that's not a prime time game. So they got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. They're playing. It's weird. They're playing the Ravens, but they're playing the Ravens at 4:30. They're not playing the Ravens on like Sunday night. For somehow the reason they're playing the Giants on Sunday. But including the Giants game, the rest of the season, right? So they got 15 games left, 6 of them in prime time. So, they got, there's the NFL as doesn't want to put, unless toward the end of the season, maybe they can, that's like the Sunday night games. That's when they can, change the schedule up if they want. But the NFL does not want to put a crappy team against a good team. Not that the Chiefs are crappy, but they want to put a primetime Sunday night, obviously Monday night, right? They want to put 2 teams that are battling, 2 playoff teams, right? They don't want to have the 3-10 Chiefs versus the 10-3 Chargers. People would still watch, of course, but it wouldn't quite have the same luster if you had the 10-3 Chiefs versus the 10-3 Chargers. Now you got something. So there's this one guy, ESPN. He was making a big stink out of this here. He said the NFL will not allow the New York Giants to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Will not allow it. He said if the Giants start winning or Giants or what, he said Roger Goodell will run onto the field and what or something or whatever. The guy from ESPN, I'm not sure if it says in this article I'm going to read, but this guy from ESPN was rather adamant. He's like, Sunday night game. He's like, we'll be here next. He's like thinking, he says Sunday, we'll be here next Monday. And when we're talking next Monday, we will be talking probably by like at least 3 calls against the Giants or for the Chiefs, however you want, whatever, however you want to look at it, and you just be scratching your head like, what? They called a holding on the Giants? There's no holding there. Or they called pass interference on the Giants? No passing, you know what I mean? So he seems to think. Now, also, to be fair, right? I mean, we're talking the Giants here, right? I mean, the Chiefs may not need any penalties called. Chiefs probably might want to win the game as it is. So, right? And the guys on ESPN, they were talking. You think the Giants? They think the Chiefs are going to need penalties called? And they got, probably not. But he said, but we're gonna be here next Monday, and we're gonna be talking about at least 3 penalties that get called on the Giants. We'll be scratching our what that penalty for? What? So it'd be very, very interesting. But so it would be in the favor of the league, to not let the Giants win. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we've had especially in that basketball, whatever that low life scumbag's name is, that the guy, the referee that they found to be guilty of betting on games and stuff like that, or whatever. He was paid like 10 years ago, whatever. The guy got sentenced to jail, some low life scumbag ref. But let's see here. Who we at here? Okay. The NFL won't allow the Chiefs to lose to the Giants and fall to 0-3. An ESPN radio show host conspiracy theory. Looks like an angry old man. Looks like me, just an angry man. That's what he looks like. Think the Chiefs will start 0-3 to a season? Think again, says ESPN New York host Don La Greca. The radio voice said on his show, alongside Alan Hahn and Peter Rosenberg, that the NFL is not going to allow the Chiefs to start 0-3. The thought behind a conspiracy theory that La Greca started to explain during Monday's show was that with the Chiefs being one of the biggest national draws and a slate of upcoming games that are in the national spotlight, the league would ensure they get a win against the Giants. There's too much on the line. I'm sorry, La Greca said on air. Call me a conspiracy theorist. ESPN can fire me. The NFL is not going to allow the Kansas City Chiefs to lose that game on national television and be 0-3. What are you going to do? Said Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are getting married later, I guess this year, because they're engaged. I'm telling you, we're going to sit here next Monday and we're going to say, I'm telling you, there's going to be at least 3 calls where we're going to be like, how did that happen? When pressed by Rosenberg if the Chiefs would really need the help, the Giants are 0-2 this season. La Greca said, didn't relent a little bit. I'm just telling you, on top of the Giants not being good, the league just won't allow it. The radio host continued, honestly, people, rise up. Come on. Speak our minds here. Is this any world where the NFL is going to say, whatever we do, make sure the Giants win this game? So, is that it? Oh, he had a good, Goodell will run on the field. Is it the first time that the Chiefs have started a season 0-2 since it's the first time they've started 0-2 since the 2014 campaign. This upcoming game against the Giants is the first of several that the Chiefs will play on national TV. As they just rattle off, there was like 6 of them that they're going to be playing between Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night. 6, including the Giants. Okay. And then, of course, then you figure 7 was against the Chargers. So 7 of their 17 games. So they're actually playing Friday night, right? They played Sunday night. They're playing Thursday. They're playing Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday night football. Playing 7 games at nighttime. 7 of their 17 games will be at nighttime. It goes to show you how much they wanted to be seen on national television, right? Let's see. Sundays will be the NFC Sunday Night Football, followed by the game against the Ravens. We have a nationally televised game against the Ravens, but that's a 4:30 game. And so, and then they got, of course, then they're playing a 4:30 game against the Bills. Then they have the 7 national televised games or the nighttime games. So, so they got a lot. There was a lot riding on this, right? But it'd be interesting to see. Very, very interesting to see. Now, once again, who knows? You do know, right, that sometimes things might happen behind the scenes. Who knows? It's certainly not out of the realm of possibility for a ref to maybe take a little bit of money, right? Who knows? But it is an interesting theory, right? It is interesting because you figure, also, I mean, it's what? It's about money. It's all about money, ratings, and all that stuff. If the Giants tank, they've sucked for 400 years. Okay, they suck again. Oh no, we suck again, right? If the Chiefs suck, it's everybody wants to see Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift and right, and Kelsey, and it's a cute story, right? They're not quite the same team as they were, right? They do need to get some weapons on offense. They have no running game. Patrick Mahomes has more rushing yards than all the running backs combined. The Giants give up a lot of rushing yards this game, boy. Bowen shouldn't even be allowed to make it to the locker room. If we give up like 200 rushing yards in this game, but just send Bowen out. No, dude, you're not even coming to the locker room, dude. You're out of here. You're gone. Mr. Mara should have his pink slip for him, right? I mean, the Chiefs have no running game. They have like no weapons. They got Kelsey. The only problem with that is the Giants have never, ever, since Jesus Christ walked the earth, I don't know why, have ever been able to figure out how to cover a tight end. No idea. As we saw, right? This past Sunday, right? Ferguson open for 18, 19 yards. Just put the ball on the 50-yard line. Their kicker can kick it from 900 yards out, right? Every time Jason Witten, he had 942 catches against us somehow. I have no idea. Somehow we just couldn't ever. I have no idea. No idea. So, so they got a future Hall of Fame tight end who's past his prime, right? But he still might be a handful because for whatever reason we can never ever cover a tight end. So, but other than that, they don't have a running game. They don't have a ton of weapons. They still have a very good defense, though. Right, so the Giants got their hands full on offense, but it'll be very, very interesting to see. If Monday or right after the game's over, we're looking at some of those calls like, the fuck is what is that? Yeah, you know what I mean. So it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, obviously the Chiefs are a much bigger draw right now than the Giants are.